it's time to get some buttery smooth animations like this. Just something simple, not doing too much. And that is exactly what I'm going to show you here in this video. This is the free training on how to use the Super Epic Movements presets pack. This video is not going to cover how to do things like motion graphics and After Effects. This video is just going to be covering the pack, what's inside of it, and how I use it to level up my content. If you want the free pack, go down to markjeronromero.store and go ahead and get yourself the pack for free. But first, we're going to import these animations, and that's simple. Go to the effects panel, hit these three lines that are called the hamburger menu, and then go to import presets. Then go to wherever you saved the Super Epic Movements presets pack and put it right in. You're going to see all these juicy folders, and we're going to break down what each of these folders mean. As always, there's going to be timestamps down below so that you can go to whichever part that you like or whichever one caught your attention. Let's go into the first part of it, which we're going to be covering the ins and the out animations. So this is exactly what it sounds like. You can animate something coming in from the bottom, from the left, from the right, or from the top. And there's a few different options to choose from, the chill versions versus the normal versions. You can also put this on text, photos, or any video that you like. Hold up, we're getting this golden hour here. My very special one that I like to use are the ins and the out effects. These combine the ins and the outs, so you don't have to drag one and then drag the other. These presets right here also come with a scale in and a rotate effect. If you like an animation, but it doesn't end right where you want it to, or you think something like the scale or the rotate is too intense, you can go to the effects controls panel and look at the keyframes. Here you can drag them so that the animation is shorter, longer, or a different look. And that goes for all of these animations, whether it's a zoom, whether it's a slide in, you can change the keyframes. If you want these photos or videos that you pop up on screen to be even more engaging, I recommend putting a black blurry background. You can get this in my creators presets. There's also a free training on that, so go ahead and click it. It's gonna be over here. But basically, when you put on this black blurry background, it makes the viewer focus on the thing in the middle of the screen because everything else is dark and super out of focus. Another key point that I want to point out here is maybe you want to put the same effect on multiple different images. How we're going to do this is we're going to select the images, we're going to nest them, and then we're going to put the animation over the nested sequence. If you do it that way, you can keep the same animation consistent without it being all chopped up. Another point I want to make here is maybe you put an animation or an effect on a video, but it's scaling from a different point. It's not scaling from the middle and it looks all choppy. How we fix this is similar. We just nest it, put the effect back on, and then boom, now it's scaling from the middle. Okay, so we covered ins, we covered outs, and we covered some different key points on how to use these. Now let's go into some of the other effects, which are the pop-ins. The pop-ins can be used for things like, you know, memes, funny pop-ups, right? So boom, find boom. And that effect that you just saw was the scale in and out with fade. That's the one that I like to use. And again, change up the keyframes if you want it to be longer. Another pop-in that I like is the special pop-in. So boom, special pop-in, and maybe it's floating around. We'll cover the floats in a bit. But again, there's some pop-ins that have scales. There's some pop-ins that have rotations. Sky's the limit for you. Do how you want. The next effect is the camera shakes. So these can give you a subtle or a big movement like the gamer shake like you just saw right there. So that was the camera shakes. Now we're going to be going over the zooms. So say I have a stationary camera right there. It's pretty crucial for talking head videos because it adds a little bit more of a dynamic feel. You can bring the viewer in, make it feel more intimate, or you can push them out and say, hey, get away. Quick pro tip here is to not actually put the zoom on the clip. Put it on an adjustment layer. That way you can easily duplicate it and put it throughout your video. You can duplicate by copy and pasting, or the method that I like to use is holding Option and dragging the clip. For Windows, it's gonna be Alt. Very quickly, you saw it before, but a float effect, pretty much you can go up or down or left to right. It's just a subtle movement and it makes it a little bit more dynamic. Last but not least are the tutorial animations. So this is going to be zooming into a different part of your computer. You can zoom in on things like your media bin or this or that. It's going to tell you what you can zoom into on the title. It could be the media bin. It could be the little screenshot button. Quick side note here is that this is not what I use when I'm doing my movements on my computer. I use a software called Screen Studio. I'm going to put the link in the description. It's only for Mac though. It gives you this super crispy mouse cursor and it gives you some smooth movements. So I'm going to put it down below. You did it. Yeah. That was the Super Epic Movements preset pack. If you want any other content ideas or tutorials, leave them down below in the comments. I do read those comments. And now you're probably also looking for some sound effects to bring your movements to life. So click here for my free sound effects library and the free training that goes along with it. Peace out. God bless you guys. I'll see you next time.